We want revolution.
Bookmark words on standby.
Log online, fan page loaded and ready.
Player stats, loaded. Health check, go.
Weapons check. Ice check, complete.
We have launched for the Informant podcast in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Informant Podcast, your new source for information regarding Mafia wars from Zynga. Pistol Pete from Stockholm.
Live long and prosper.
And tonight I have with me Jana, Death by Gucci, and Jennifer, the Mafia Wars Loot Lady. Well, welcome back, everybody.
Hello.
Good to hear everybody after our break.
It feels like I haven't talked to you guys in forever.
Yeah.
I know. People missed us, too.
I missed you all, too. Gosh.
Well, our Chester friend is out tonight, so he won't be with us.
Yeah, I hope
it's
you
just
feel
the
better.
three of us.
That's too bad, because I had some questions for him.
Oh, I'll have to
Maybe
make them up
Jan
next
can
time.
answer them.
We'll see.
But Jana's too nice, so I don't think that
Yeah, you won't get the same response,
Yeah.
I guess. We'll see.
I don't know. It's been a while since I've spoken to everybody. What's everybody been doing? I mean, I was busy in New York for the wedding, and that
How'd it go?
went off very well. It was a very beautiful wedding. They thought of everything. I mean, they had things you wouldn't think that you should have at a wedding, but that it was there, and you're like, dang, that was a pretty smart idea. They had a photo booth at the wedding.
And?
You know, like those, amusement park photo booths. You go sit in and get your picture taken.
Uh-huh.
And they had two attendants sitting there by the photo booth that were actually taking the strips of film that came out and attaching them to like black construction paper and letting people sign notes about their picture to the couple.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what kept me away.
Was it
So-
4th of July themed?
No, not really.
Well, I've had a great week. Just I had so much fun with the icing event.
That was fun.
That was fun.
It was stressful.
It
'Cause
was.
You felt guilty if you weren't icing.
I know. I think, and there was a lot of pressure in Mig too.
I know.
To make sure everybody's doing their part to make it happen.
Did you guys get to 30,000 ices?
Yes, we did.
Oh, good.
Even
Yes, we
Stockholm
did.
did.
Woo!
Yay.
We rock. I know
Stockholm's
you
pretty
did.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't mean, yeah, I meant Stockholm is, if you look at the new leaderboard spreadsheet that I'm sure Pete will talk about,
Yep, that was on my list.
Stockholm is up there. Like, I think they were 27.
Oh, awesome. Awesome.
Yep. So
Well, what is going on there in Stockholm, Pete?
Well, one of the things I was just going to chat about a little bit was something that Martin's been working on. We started looking at the families, and there was no real way, even with the icing event, you can only see the top 4 people.
Right.
And we started really asking ourselves the question of, well, where does everybody sit? Where is everybody ranked in relation to other people? And so what Martin's created was sort of a families leaderboard. You can go to spocon.me/family rank, and it will give you a listing of the different families and then individual stats on them. So, for example, like fighting stats or number of ices or the things that show up on the family page. And so what Martin is doing is he runs a job that goes out and scans all the families and then puts their stats in a database, and then we make the database available to the public via that URL I've just listed. And the idea then is you can now go in and look and see where all these families relate to one another as far as their stats go. Now, one of the things that Martin has asked for from some help from the community is, we're good at coding and sometimes our user interface skills aren't always the best. And so if some people have some ideas on how they'd really like to see that data or things that will make that data more usable to them, then, post a message on our user echo site or post a message on the Stockholm discussions, and then let us know what you'd like to really see there. But, it was interesting. We just noticed that in the family for Mafia Wars Gods, they just crossed over 1 million ices. But it's interesting, since we've been having families available to us in the game, that these numbers are kind of appearing to us and we can kind of see them. So
It's fun to see.
yeah, and
It's a really cool spreadsheet because you can do so much with it.
right.
I like it.
Yep, we've been kind of dedicated to working on that a little bit. Assassinator's gotten a few minor things over time, not, bug fixes kind of things. There really hasn't been any new, Spocklets that have come out too recently, and probably fortunately so that Jen can get a break from having to write about Spocklets.
It's funny because Martin always says, thank you so much for doing that. And to me, those are my favorite things to write about.
Yeah.
Like more so than what's going on in the game, because I like to figure out what they can do.
Yeah.
And you do a great job of explaining
like
it to people.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, the screenshots and everything help a lot to show it. So
But it's fun for me. And if I had to give anything up as far as time constraints, I would focus more on the helping tools than I would on the game.
But I think that's probably about all I want to cover tonight. I'm not going to take a lot of time because we've obviously missed a few nights here with the show, and we probably ought to catch up on some of the events that have occurred and things, even though they may be past tense, they're probably worth mentioning. So
Yeah, I've been missing that with Jen.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and let Jen pick it up and tell us what we've all missed since our last time recording together.
Well, believe it or not, we haven't missed a whole lot. Zynga kind of calmed down.
Are they on retreat?
Yeah, I think they went on vacation for 4th of July. And you know how they've been doing that this and next week thing on the Mafia Wars blog where they would go, what happened this week, what's happening next week. Well, for next week, they said was we were going to get a new limited time mission and mystery booths, and neither of which has happened yet. I think we'll see all that tomorrow or today while you're listening to this. It might be active. But over the weekend, nothing. It was all about this icing event is what the focus was. And that was a lot of work for anyone that participated, not just the people on the leaderboard and however they got there. Who cares? Everyone's making a big deal and throwing out all kinds of accusations. And someone said I wrote a stealth script in which nobody could attack me, but I could attack anybody
I
else.
read this somewhere, and I was laughing so hard, and because someone was advising them, I guess they just wrote it up for this one. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God,
And they
people
said
are so paranoid.
The only way to get me was to put me on the hit list and attack me from there. So I was actually getting experience points from people that couldn't beat me attacking me on the hit list.
That's awesome.
It was just funny because anyone that does follow me should know I have no clue about computers or how they work. I just explain it from my own perspective, and I think that's why people understand me, because I don't know about computers. So I'm not just going to assume people know things, because they would be things I wouldn't know. So, and then Hader from the Mafia Wars Maniac blog, he was testing out the witness protection program. Our two blogs have tracked that since the beginning. And because of all the hits that the assassinators were getting, we took it as an opportunity for him to sign up for the witness protection program, and he did. And customer support said you're in, and he activated it. Well, guess what? It doesn't work.
Oh no!
He was still getting attacked, and so he wrote a blog post about it. And now the rumors were flying that Zynga was helping the assassinators by putting them all in the witness protection program.
That is so funny.
Yeah, and like somebody photoshopped one of his wall posts to make it look like he was bragging about it. Like, I can hit you, but you can't hit me.
Oh, how funny.
It was just funny how the community reacted. And it stemmed from one family. And I'm not going to even mention them because I think that's what they sought was attention.
Yeah.
But, and I don't know. Some people will define certain things as cheating. Some say all scripts are cheating. Some say attacking a mini account is cheating.
I did see that too, where people were
Yeah,
saying
and
that.
it seems like more people agree with that. Now, were some people attacking their mini accounts? I'm sure they were. A lot of people just use the fight list. We have people on our team that don't even use scripts. But it came out that we all had hundreds of mini accounts. And the funny thing was, we were in third place. There were two families way ahead of us, but they were okay. And it was just, we had like these mini sweatshops going on.
Yeah, you're the main clan family that I was seeing attacked, and people were sitting on you guys.
And they're still attacking us. We were threatened that if we did not disband our family, the attacks would continue. And we actually became close. I cannot tell you, I've heard you and Chester talk about all the family drama and things that go into being an admin. And it never clicked with me. I was like, oh yeah, okay. But you just cannot believe the amount of work it is.
It is a lot of work.
If someone says something someone doesn't like, and then people think people are spies on the group,
Always, yeah. There's always a mole.
yeah, there's a spy in the group, or he attacked me. And, the assassinator probably attacked him, but it was just stealing. I was removed from the group, all kinds of stuff. And a lot of people offered to detag because they weren't going to be online for the weekend, so we could add more people.
Yeah.
So that on the spreadsheet from the other families, if they saw someone detagged, it was like, oh, here's what they have to say about it. It was just ridiculous. And it wasn't for everybody. We didn't make anyone feel bad if they wanted to leave. So, personally, I don't care if I get attacked because I'm usually not playing unless I'm trying to test something out. And there's no good fight loot, so I rob now. So all these 20, 30,000 attacks a day don't really bother me.
And that's what I was telling people when they were attacking. And I was like, she doesn't even care.
I know.
You're not phasing her.
I made a blog post and I said they were like ant bites, like they were annoying, because it is annoying if you're trying to do something and then your health all of a sudden is at 0. But I still got plenty of ices, probably not as many as most of the people in the family.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you get that many for the mock war as well.
And they'll be attacking me still. Although our little family that hates us, they're getting a surprise tonight.
Oh.
Should be fun.
Doing a drive-by now?
I'm not going to say.
Well, will it happen before we
For
air?
a little surprise.
No, I was just curious. Just funny because you're doing some family stuff now. I was going to
I
find out if
know.
you're doing a drive-by.
Well, we were just going to disband the family because it was just set up for the event.
Right.
But everyone there kind of likes it and they like each other. We made some good friendships, so we decided to stay.
See, and
there's
that's the
bound
whole
to be
point of the
another
game.
event.
Right.
Exactly.
You know?
That's what's beautiful about them finally realizing the importance of families.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it creates that unity of people that never would have talked to each other for any other reason than to do something in the game.
And it keeps you engaged, and so there's other things going on.
And I saw so many comments, like not just on my family page, but like on the fan page and throughout my news feeds that, this is so much fun. Mafia Wars is fun again.
Mm-hmm.
Now, could they set the event up to favor it towards the established families? Sure they could, but with the limit of 100 players, I think that's hard to do, and I think people need to accept that these little in-game competitions are just that. They're not saying, well, you're not as good of a family because you didn't get as many ices.
How often do you think that we're going to even see these events?
I don't know. They did put out a blog post when they announced the winners, and it sounded like they planned on doing more.
They
Well,
should, because I bet they sold a lot of stamina.
Oh my God, yeah.
And there were a lot of people that, the big question was, why all of a sudden are they now so iced focused?
They finally realized the therapy in a good ice.
Yeah.
Maybe they want people to like the pop-ups that we've all been
Exactly. They love our pop-ups. I knew they would.
But I think it was a good event. And it caused a lot of drama, but I think that's what Zynga wants. They want you to have a reason to want to attack somebody. So if, the ass family, our tag is ass, which should tell the world that we're not trying to take ourselves too seriously.
And everybody just really wanted to be an ass.
Yeah, and they had fun attacking us, so it was good for that family. However you want to do it, to have a reason to attack somebody.
Yeah, it gave people targets.
Yeah, and it was fun. And they said they loved us because we were auto-healing. And so we were an endless supply of live
Loot.
targets. Yeah. So I think it brought people together was the main. And it didn't matter if you got the prizes weren't even anything that great to start wars over. It was one loot item or some skill points.
It's just it brought out so much competition.
Yeah, well, I couldn't believe it's only, and I'm not going to say even everyone in that family felt that way because I did get inbox messages from people telling me it was nothing personal, but it was just like we were condemned for creating a clan for an event. Like that was bad.
But, that's another part of the game that many people miss. We have a group. It's not a family, but a group, because you can only be in one family at a time, that we created specifically to do wars. Why? To get the achievements. And we knew the people in that group were going to go ahead and do what needed to be done to finish the wars. Instead of leaving it out there lingering on a list that'll either get finished in 5 seconds by the auto players, or never if you don't have a big enough family to begin with.